Welcome to another edition of the Stocks is Talking podcast with Ibn Getz.
Yo, what's good, Getz?
What's poppin', Eb?
Yo, I'm loving the whole new shit we got going on right here with the video. That shit was hot. That was dope. That was dope. As everybody should know by now, I'm the co-host Ib Getz, teaming in with me. What's going on? How you feeling? How's the week going?
I'm chilling, man. You know? Yeah.
Okay.
Glad to see a little more green today. You know?
It started off a little crazy though. The market was deep in the red early on, and then it kind of turned. Even though I think right now, yeah, she's turning back red again. Okay. Everything is dropping.
Yeah, and that's what I was a little worried about. So, I sat up last night going over charts, and things look like they're gonna get bloody. You know, worse than they were yesterday. So I'm still a little concerned. Trying to decide what changes I'm gonna make.
Right.
You know.
You think that's simply just off the strength? It's a holiday week. You know, Thanksgiving's coming, Black Friday. People kind of just taking their profits over the last however long, getting out those positions and just kind of.
Yeah, I mean, you got that, and then, we got it's the end of the year, it's the holiday season, tax time coming. We had the uncertainty with the Fed chair. Now that's out the way. So you got a bunch of different things going on all at once. So, that's why I'm thinking it might get a little more red.
Yeah. Hey, I want to bring up something because I always like to be transparent on the podcast. That's what we do.
Right.
So I've been making a little money with the options. It's important out here when you trading. You don't have to trade every day. I'm not gonna lie. I jumped into something today and took a hit, lost like $300.
Okay.
So I made 6 yesterday, lost 300 today. So that was gave a little bit back, but I should have just chilled. Like the market, like you're saying, like the markets are kind of choppy. Holidays are coming. I should have just chilled with my little win yesterday and pretty much waited until next week.
Right.
Well, I got to even remind I'm talking about it out loud because it's like this shit is therapy for me. It's stock therapy, Gets.
Yeah, you need that.
Therapy. Word. So, I can kind of get this out to the people, to you. Like, yeah, you don't got to trade. Even if you have a quota, because, for me, I got a quota. I don't hit like 2,400 a week in options. But a week like this week, went tomorrow's a half a day, Thursday the market's closed. You kind of got to limit those expectations and be like, you know what, I'll just get back to it next week. I'll take my little win yesterday and chill.
Yeah.
I got a little antsy. And I jumped in on Tesla this morning. The play wasn't bad. It was bad timing.
Okay.
Because I was looking at it at a certain point. I was looking at the chart and I'm like, yo, this might be my entry. But I was like, all right, let me wait. As I'm saying, let me wait, the shit jumped up $10. I'm like, fuck, like, yeah, I should have jumped in when I was saying this might be my entry. Then I jumped in. Then I was up for a second, but then as you see, the market is bloody right now. So everything dropped, including Tesla. And I just cut my losses. Like, let me just get out. I'm not going to sit and hope for the shit to come back. So
yeah. But let me actually while we're talking, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna pull up the chart.
And, see, we getting real advanced out here, Getz. You did that shit real nonchalant. Out. Yes, sir.
I mean,
yes, sir.
This is what we're supposed to be doing, just getting better every day.
You see the logo? Yes, sir.
Yeah. So all right. So which is crazy. So last night. When I was looking at I looked at Tesla's chart and I was like, Tesla's going to tank tomorrow. And I think I think I had called you by accident. I meant to just shoot you a little text or whatever. So this is one of the things I was looking at.
Okay. So what do we see right here? What is this?
So right now, I mean, the market just opened, but immediately we open, and we basically got this little like doji here. So basically there's just uncertainty, right? It's almost like an equilibrium. And then you got a double right here, right? We sitting at the same spot and we start coming down. Once I seen that, along with the way that the moving averages are starting to drop here. Here, let me actually put something on there for you. You got this right here, right? So you know, basically where you got like a double top.
Okay.
And then you also got your moving averages starting to move into the weeds, you know, starting to cross.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's another thing that I'd be worried about because now you've got like this resistance, right?
Right.
They're all crossing, and that's like the weeds. That's what I call it. You know, so um that right there, you know, I mean, right now it's sitting on what is this right here? This is the 180 day.
Okay.
We're on a 15-minute chart right now.
Wow. Okay.
You know what I mean? So I'm doing my moving averages a little different.
Mm,
And it seems to be working for me. But see,
okay.
that's the 180 and we broke that clean. Now if we go over to let's say let's pull up a 1 hour chart, you
And,
know.
and for our audio audience, hey, you're gonna have to check us on the YouTube to get the visual of what's
Yes,
going on
sir.
right now. So if you're listening on Anchor, Spotify, however you get your podcast, jump on over to the YouTube. Stocks is talking, so you can really get this chart work.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. So I mean here, even looking at the hourly chart, I mean, look at this drop on it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this just looks like it wants to just continue down.
Mm.
You know, so I don't know what's going on. I seen they just had something, they just put something out saying they hired some SEC lawyer as their main lawyer. I haven't seen nothing else really on them today, but
Okay.
I mean, we could just be giving, you know, people could just be taking them gains, you
Yeah.
know.
I also saw something that came out about some of their factories had like some sexual harassment issues. So I don't know
Okay.
if that played a role in the shit dropping today.
Yeah, yeah, I've
Um,
been hearing about that stuff too. I was hearing about that yesterday,
yeah,
you
exactly.
know.
Same.
Yeah. Yeah, so I mean, you had a mixed bag with the news yesterday because remember you also had they were talking about the Model S Plaid going to China. You
Yep.
know, what was that, March next year, I think.
Yep. March next year.
Yeah, so I mean, Tesla's always a mixed bag, but and then there's that little rumor going around about a stock split, which if that happens, I think it's gonna go on another run.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just like it did the last time. I meant to actually get the date so we could pull up the charts and look at it. You know how that run went. You know, we'll do that on the, you know, maybe on the next joint we'll do that.
Yeah.
You know, which also because we are going to be doing the trade with me, right?
Yes, sir.
Right here on YouTube. So
Yes, sir.
maybe when we're doing the trade with me or something, we'll pull it up and we'll just analyze that chart.
Yeah.
You know.
So one thing, can you go back over to the 5 minute or the 15 minute chart?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So let's
Let's go
see.
to the 5 minute actually.
Let's go to a 5 minute. I bet.
Yeah.
All right. So
Is this intraday? Is this for today?
this is intraday. This is today's. Well, I got a five. It's a 5 day 5 minutes. So I'll just zoom in on today a little bit. Um,
Because I want to show you exactly when I got in. So when I was in, let me see. Yeah. So you see that green candle right in the middle with the long wick at the top,
yeah,
right at its highest point. Boom. Right.
okay.
I got in right probably midway through that joint. And
Okay.
and at one point I was in it when it reached the top of that wick, but I just wasn't looking at my phone at that point. And I was
Got you.
making a little bit of bread, but I'm like, all right, maybe it's about to run. And then that next candle came in, you see where it went.
Right.
Right, let me get out. I got a feeling this shit's about to dump. Let me just cut my little loss.
Right.
So yeah, man. That was just a bad move on my part, man.
It happens,
It
you
was an
know.
antsy move, you know, but it was a good fucking learning lesson, man. You don't always have to trade.
Right.
You do not have to trade every day.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and that's all just part of the game. That's part of the controlling the emotion of it, right?
Mhm.
You
Yeah.
know, and you know maybe it's because you didn't have your therapy. You know, we hadn't been on in a little bit. You know what I
Word.
mean?
Yeah.
You
Yeah, man.
know. So that's all part of it. I mean, and I think I told you how yesterday what I did just because I haven't been day trading in a minute. So
Mhm.
what I did was I actually went and just traded the SPY.
Okay.
You know, so what I did, I made one trade, real small, just to get me back in the game,
Okay.
right? So I pulled up a 15-minute.
So that's
Um,
what you're typically using normally the 15-minute chart.
yeah, usually I use a 15-minute chart. So I'm gonna go to yesterday real quick. So I just made one play. So what I did was I jumped in late. I had already this has already happened. Like this is three white soldiers. I could have jumped in over here, right?
Mhm.
I could have seen the top. I could have played that down.
Mm.
So the bottom had already happened.
Yep.
So I seen it starting to push up, right? You had a double bottom right here sitting on the SMA. I said, all
Mhm.
right, cool. I waited until let's see.
When you say hold on, when you say double bottom, because we're using a lot of technical terms, even for me, I'm not the expert chart person, so I'm learning as we go as well. So when you say double bottom, like what are we
Yeah.
looking at? What are we seeing?
So we're looking at this right here, right? When these two candles, right? These two candles right here,
Uh-huh.
basically right above the moving average, right? You basically
Okay.
had the bottoms right there, double bottom, same spot, right? So the first candle,
Mm-hmm.
it ended there, and the second candle, you got the same thing. It's just a green candle.
Mm.
So to me, that was a sign of a reversal. Um, so what I did actually, if I can remember this correctly, I got in right around. I got in here at the top of this green candle,
Okay.
right? So I got in on this candle here. I bought a put. I only bought one. I could have bought a lot more, but I bought one because this was just an icebreaker, right?
Mm-hmm.
I've been back testing and I've been just kind of trading in my head lately, um, just because it's been a while and now I have all this free time.
Yep.
So what I did, I bought this one contract. I bought a put right when it was at the top here, and I rolled this down. I actually was gonna scalp it, just take 5 cents on the trade, which is an options play. So 5 cents is it times it by 100 shares, it's $5,
Yep.
right? So what I did was I actually rolled it down this next candle instead of taking a scalp because of where all the moving averages were. I said I can get away with taking a little more off the top.
So because all the moving averages were close to each other, that lets you know this is gonna keep going in the downward direction.
So at the top here, because of where the moving averages were, that's all resistance there.
Mm.
So I figured it was gonna come back down some. We had a little gap here, a little bit of airspace here, so I figured it's gonna come down. I figured it was gonna be somewhere in here, right?
Okay.
Is where it was gonna end. So I bought it up here and I basically sold it right around here,
Nice.
right around this moving average here. I took it was like $11. Like I said, that's an icebreaker. It's something that I do when I
Yeah.
haven't been trading for a while.
Mm-hmm.
So once I have my icebreaker, then I'm like, all right, I'm clear for takeoff.
There you go.
So that's my thing. That's how I usually get down.
Yeah, and I like that strategy, and it's a good way to kind of ease back into it. It's not always about making the big dollars; it's about getting the win and making that successful trade, just to get
Right,
you back into the swing of it. So,
right.
so now that's what's up. I like that.
Yeah. So I
Yeah.
might do a little something today. Definitely staying out of the market tomorrow. I'm staying out of the market. Yeah, staying out tomorrow. Thursday's a holiday. I'm not expecting much from the market this week because that's how it goes when you have these short weeks. A lot of times it's better just to stay out of them. You
Mhm.
know, but if I can get a couple scalps are easy. You
Right.
know, you can all you need is a little bit of volatility, and you can skim a little bit off the top every time.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my thing. I could just skim a little off the top. I'm good. Tomorrow, with it being a short day, I figure the volume's gonna be low, most likely, and so I'm not really messing with it. I ain't stressing over
Yeah, no, I feel you. I would it's something I want to mention or just kind of bring up because it was something that I thought about. I think yesterday when it came to giving back this bread to the market.
it. Right,
Because we'll get bread, we'll get money, then we'll give it back. Like this morning, I gave a little bit of my profit back. I didn't give all of it back from yesterday, but I gave some of it back when I shouldn't have. But what I think is a good idea, and again, everybody, you got to do your own, trade how you trade and do what's best for your portfolio, of course. But if you make, let's say, $100, right, or let's say a stack, you make $1,000, but you have 3,000 available to trade. I don't want to then trade with that whole 3,000. I just want to trade with the profit that I made. Kind of like with the casino.
Right.
I go to the casino. If I made 50, if I can come in with 200, I make $50. If I keep gambling, I'm gambling with the $50 I just made. I'm putting my 200 back in the pocket.
Right. Right.
Playing with that house money. Now I want to kind of bring that into the investing because I think it's just a good way to minimize that fucking risk. Good risk management. I think it was just
Yeah.
something I thought about yesterday.
Yeah, and there's a couple ways to go about it, and I think I mentioned it to you, and I mentioned it on the pod before. I was talking about how, one of the things that was taught to me, by someone that I met, you know, years ago. I had a conversation with years ago. Was they were saying, you keep playing with the principle, and you keep taking that house money that you're making, and you just keep taking it out of the market. So that way, if for whatever reason one day you have a bad day, or you're doing everything wrong, and let's say you blow up the account, you've already, you've basically built up this nest egg, and you can go back, and you can stop, take a breather, and then put that, and then go back into the market. It's not the end of the world.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that was one thing that was taught to me. And I've been trying to abide by it. I told you I'm probably gonna play a little riskier these days,
Okay.
but I'm that is, for me, that's the proper way to go about it.
Yeah. And I feel you. I get that. It's so many different ways you can play it, which
Yeah.
I enjoy. That's why we do the shit.
Right.
So here's something else I'm gonna bring up, and let me know your thoughts on it. One, and I'm kind of taking it way off topic, but still on topic. Crypto is taking a major hit. Like I thought we was in a spot where crypto had this bullish run going, and it just, Bitcoin drop, and it all drops. I'm realizing with crypto, one drop, they all seem to fucking drop.
Now I'm gonna disagree with you here.
Except for ETH. Ethereum keeps running for whatever
Yeah.
reason.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna disagree with you a little bit, because
Okay.
I've been having some conversations with some people, so I know certain things were up, like CRO. CRO's been running. That's the crypto.com coin. Um,
Mm,
so that's been running for like a week now.
okay.
It's been nonstop. Now, um, I got a message from somebody yesterday saying, about a coin, saying it was just a heads up. Um, about this coin. I'm actually trying to pull it up right now and see what the coin is. So they said, uh, I'll have to find Bez- Bezoj or something like that.
Right.
Um, they sent me something. They showed me screenshots. They had 3x their money on it. They were in it for maybe a week.
Okay.
They had 3x their money, so the this might keep going. So I said, all right. So, and excuse me if y'all see me looking over. I got Yahoo Finance up on the screen.
Okay.
I'm actually watching the market. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Okay.
So
Yeah, I was wondering like what's going on, Gets, where we at? Okay.
yeah. Now I got Yahoo Finance muted over in the
You
corner.
got the whole setup going, Gets.
Yeah. I'm trying to get back in the swing of things.
Okay.
So that's what I'm looking at, what's going, because I actually muted it. I was watching it before we came on.
Okay. Anything going on?
Like you said, things are starting to turn red. So I'm like, since I'm not staring at a chart right now while we having this conversation, I just keep glancing over there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no doubt.
I'm game planning for the day.
Yo, that's what you got. But that's the mindset of a smart money investor. You got your whole workstation going. You got bar chart, you got FinViz, Yahoo Finance on the TV. Like that means you're ready for business. That's
Right.
how it gotta be in this market.
Right,
Gotta
exactly.
be.
So that's all that's going on over here. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
Yeah. I'm not being hostage, being held hostage. Don't
You're
don't.
not being forced to do this podcast.
Yeah, I'm not being forced to do the podcast. Don't count my blanks.
No
You know what I'm saying?
doubt.
So but yeah, so there are I think when we had Doc and Jimmy on, we was
Mhm,
talking about the crypto thing, we was talking about the gaming coins.
mhm.
And that's seems to be where the money is right now. This whole metaverse thing and those gaming coins, those are moving right now. Doc, I actually had a conversation with him, and he was telling me about a couple of movers. I think the ones that he mentioned on a pod, like Engine, and there was another one. Said he was doing real well with those. There's another one. Someone mentioned to me, Sand or Sandbox, something like that.
Okay.
Um, had done some ridiculous number.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So it was at they said they bought at like 18 cents, is at like $5 now.
Hmm.
There's the money's still moving in crypto. It's just
Okay.
where's
So
it
maybe
going?
it's just the joints that I have on my watch list are
It's
all dropping.
yeah, it's the same as me. Same as me. My Ada's getting killed. I'm looking at
Yep.
BTC dropping. I'm looking at all these things, and it just is what it is. I'm just like, all right, whatever. I'm just sitting on them. But that CRO, like I said, CRO's been moving. I got a bunch of CRO, but it was like a bonus they gave me, and it actually they lock it up, so they're not trying to give it to me unless I give them more money, which I don't want to do. So I ain't too happy with that. You know,
Okay.
yeah. So I think it's a rotation, just like we see in the stock market. You'll see EVs, and then you'll see or the tech space, and you'll see we'll go to like you know stuff dealing with the infrastructure or banking or this or that. You have that rotation of money. I think it's the same thing.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm over here. I'm gonna keep it honest. I'm sending a text message. Somebody owed me some money, and it just popped into my head. If I'm being honest, and I'm sending a message as it's on my heart to just refresh their memory of what's old, and let's get this taken care of. So
Yeah.
I'm listening. I'm just as an investor, you want to diversify
Right.
that thread coming in. So I'm diversifying through this
Yeah.
message.
Yeah. They're gonna see you on YouTube. They ain't never gonna pay you.
Hey, nah, this is actually like a corporation. They're gonna pay me one way or the other. So they might want to pay me take the easy way out.
Oh
No.
man. Yeah. Uh so you got anything else you looking at for today? I know you've been on Tesla lately.
I've been riding with Tesla. Like my pops, I don't know if people remember when he came on, he said he rides it like that's his workhorse. So I've
Right.
been kind of riding it too. And it's been doing me lovely. It hit me today, but that's what happens when you get greedy. Oh,
Right.
I'm glad you mentioned it. I want to get into something about greed.
Okay.
1 second. Just let me send this message to get this bread. Just carry us for a quick second, gets.
All right, I got you.
Hold me
So yeah, so right now, my thing right now has been the spy. But I have been looking at a few other
down.
things. But when I was looking at charts yesterday, man, I noticed like Tesla, Neo, I was looking at Palantir, looking at the spy. A lot of things, the spy, the Dow, the Nasdaq or QQQ, not looking good. I actually want to go through some more charts and
Okay.
see what's going on in the market today. Um, the SPY actually looks like maybe we end up with a double bottom here. That'd be nice. So, and let me pull this over here. Yeah. So we'll see about that. But I got a bunch of other ones. Oh, you know what I'm gonna pull up? We're
Okay.
gonna look at Nikola.
Nicola.
Let's look
I
at
don't know where
Nikola.
that came from, Gets. That just
Oh
to
man.
me. Of
Yeah.
course you'd want to pull up Nicola now that the shit's dropping a little bit. I see what you're doing, Guts. You ain't low. I see exactly what that is. You ain't
Uh, I
saying shit
I
about
fig-
Nicola and
I figured you wasn't gonna notice. Uh,
Let me
um,
pull up Nicola on the chart. Oh, of course. Go
yeah,
for
yeah. I mean, I looked at Nicola yesterday, and I was like,
it.
damn, like it was already. I'm like, it basically rolled over and just went straight back down to 11. We're at 10:55 now.
Mm-hmm.
Um, See, and these are the things like we talk about, right? So you got those 100 shares. Now you should have been keeping an eye on that chart, so that way when you see it, you see that rollover, you could have went and just sold some calls on it because you got 100, right?
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? So you could have sold the calls, collected that premium. That premium would be dying for the person who bought them right now. You
Mm,
know what I mean? So and then you'd be able to just close that out and be good to go. You collected that premium, you brought down your cost basis on those shares. You know what I mean? So I mean, in 100 shares, I think you said your cost basis was like $11, right?
yep.
So if you sold calls on it, I mean, this is just me because I'm not a Nicola guy. So I would even have considered selling the calls and going out, a good amount, not even worry about the theta decay. Just because I'd be like, all right, well, Nicola, even if Nicola's gonna be good long term, short term, with a company that has no product out or anything like that, right? I can. There's a good chance that this stock is gonna come back down.
Okay.
So I can go out, 3 months, 6 months, collect more premium. I might be able to cover more of that cost basis on my shares, you know, and then let the volume and volatility die off from it.
Mm,
You know what I'm saying?
okay.
So that until that let that premium, get closer to zero, so I can keep, most of that, and then close it out. You know what I mean? And then that way you could be like, all right, you know, I'm gonna, I can do something else with it. I can, you know, do it again if it has
Yeah.
another run or something. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
especially right now, going and this is all hindsight, right? Because it's the same thing. I'm looking at Neo and I'm like, damn, I should have sold some more contracts on it,
Mm,
right? Because I closed out my last ones.
okay.
I feel like I missed the opportunity,
Okay.
and I'll actually pull up Neo right now and let's look at this, right? Because Neo's getting killed again, right? We had a run up, and now we're in the red for the day. I'm hoping that it pulls back up above this support here. Um, you, you know, right around this SMA here.
So tell us real quick while we're looking at this, for the people that don't really know the charts, like what does each thing signify here? Like we got a lot of different colors, a lot of lines. We got these candles. Like what is it? Can you kind of walk me through these indicators you've set up and
Yeah.
why?
Yeah, so these are all exponential moving averages, right? So all these, so I'll go through these. So this one right here, this is a 360, right? So
Okay.
that's basically like a year. Um,
So a 360-day moving average.
yep.
Okay.
Yeah, exponential moving average. So there's a simple moving average which equally weights each price point,
Okay.
and then there's exponential which gives more weight to the more recent uh price points. All right.
Okay.
So
Okay.
that's why I stopped. I usually use simple. I moved to exponential so that it would be more accurate.
Okay.
Um, so this is the 180. Sorry, I got a bunch of alerts. It's been so long since I've been in here. I gotta shut them off. I don't really use this account, but so there's a 90 day, um, and I'm actually going to each one and showing you because if they might have crossed,
Okay.
and a cross is going to tell you something. So this is a 60 day, this is a 30 day, 14, and a 7. Now, right now, you see the 7 has crossed the 14 and the 30. And that's a death cross. That's actually that's bearish, right? That's telling you the stock's going to go down, you know,
Mm,
and you'll see that multiple times throughout the chart,
okay.
you know. um if it crosses the other way, now let's say, usually it's if like they say if the 5 crosses the 50 or something like that, right? Then they'll call it a death cross. now Now, let's say you get that cross back up. That's going to be a golden cross. It's
Mm,
bullish. That's a
okay.
bullish signal. So right now, this I'm not too worried about, but just overall, I just we still kind of have this uptrend here, but it's getting choppy.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, so like today, if I had been watching first thing this morning, this would have been a good spot to go and sell some calls here.
Mm,
You know, um, depending on where I think this stock is going over time.
right.
And then also I have these red lines. These are actually these are price levels. So I've gone in and actually marked off different price levels depending on where I think there's different supports and resistance.
Okay.
I haven't gone over this chart in a while. So you see where the old one is down here.
Mm-hmm.
And then I've got one up here. I think I might have made this yesterday, just real quick, but I haven't gone over the rest of the charts to pull off the rest of them. Like we've got one here. Um, you know, so this is which is actually kind of where it's sitting at, right about right about there, right? So, and if you go over, you'll see it on the older charts. You'll see there's a level there.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
So, and it ain't got to be perfect, but it's just something to help you to visually see when you're hitting these levels.
What's going on with it? Yep.
Yeah. So now it's like, all right, we hit that, we bounced off of it, but we've got a level above it too. So now is this gonna keep going? Or are we gonna get like a bear flag um at this point? Oops, sorry. Are we gonna get like a bear flag where this starts running up and then plummets back down, and we end up down here at like the 360,
Right.
right? Um, so that's the stuff I'm looking for.
Hmm.
Like I probably wouldn't trade this right now just because of where it's at. I want to let this get a little clearer before I make a trade on it.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that's my thing there. Um, So yeah, but something to think about. You got a large number of shares of any of these stocks, and you see things are getting choppy. Well, if things are getting choppy, you got volatility, right?
Right.
So that means that now's the time when you could be, selling options and collecting higher premiums, because that's part of it's priced in
Yeah.
to the option.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So obviously, if you're buying them during the high volatility, then you're paying the higher premium.
Right.
Which is why I started buying stuff when I thought it was down or something like that, when I didn't think it was doing too much. You know, so that I'm not paying that higher premium.
Right.
And you may still take a hit, but if you're it's one thing if you're buying them. Like I buy leaps and I go out, and it's all about, all right, I bought this, and um, now I have this conviction,
Okay.
and this conviction's good for the next 2 years. I think in 2 years the stock's gonna 5x or this or that. Well, if the stock 5x's and I've got an option, the option's got leverage, so
Right.
the option is I'm gonna get more than the 5x.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that's how I'm going about it right now.
I like that. Yo, Gets. I want to try something. We doing something a little different with the video. We about to try something on the fly. Real talk.
All right.
Pops just called me, right? Pretty sure he's calling me about some type of stock tip or something going on. I want to bring this to the pod real quick.
Okay.
What are your thoughts on that? Just to see where it might go. I'm gonna let him know he's live.
Okay.
But like I want what's good. Let's just get some, because this is real. This is what happens on a day to day. Like I get stock tips. I might hit you. I get something from my pops, like, and I might make a play. So we might fuck around and make a trade based on. I just want to see what he's talking.
Okay.
So I'm gonna hit him back, put him on speaker. One, let me know if you can hear him clearly or not.
Okay.
And we'll go from there. Let's just see. This is live, people. Fuck. Yo, what's going on? Real quick, I got you. Me and Getz are recording live. I have you on speakerphone. I'm assuming you're calling me about a stock tip, so I said, "Hey, we just gonna see what's going on." So, so
I'm back in on Tesla.
You say you're back in on Tesla?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Getz, can you hear him?
Yep, I hear him.
Okay, but so go on, Dad. Act like you're not even on. I just wanted to let you know that you are live. But what's going on with Tesla?
Well, it had a big major pullback.
It did,
and that's a buying opportunity.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when did you?
Just want to make sure you go out at least a couple of weeks.
Okay.
So I went out to January 2022.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What
and with that time frame, I went out the money, $1,500 strike price.
Okay, how much it cost you?
It cost me $2,700.
That's not bad. And you got one contract?
Yeah.
Yeah,
but I made a nice $3,900 this morning on Tesla.
Yeah, I know. You told me.
Yeah.
Okay, so you said the $1,400 strike price for January.
$1,500 strike price.
$1,500 strike price for January.
Price. Right.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Good volume of open interest on it.
Yes. Oh, absolutely.
What's the vibe? Yo, Getz, go to bar chart if you can.
All right, hold on 1 second.
Dad, I'm taking a look at it right now. I might jump in with you. You said for January 21.
January 21st.
$1,500 strike. Yeah, right now it's going to cost me $2,800.
See, that's why he be waiting until he makes his money first. All right, would you want me to pull up the unusual options activity?
No, just go to bar chart and go to Tesla.
Okay.
I just want to check out the. All right, Dad. Well, yeah, I might jump in it with you.
Okay. Don't go crazy with it.
What you mean?
And don't worry about what I mean by that. Just do one contract.
Oh yeah, that's all I'm gonna do.
Because the overall market itself is down. All right. So you got, and also, interest rates. Powell talking about raising interest rate. That's going to impact the market. So you gotta,
Okay. All right.
It should play out pretty good. Like I said, it's always best to get in on Tesla on a pullback, and I've been trading for about 3 years in a row.
Yeah, I know, and I've been hearing the 5,000 here, 6,000 here, 15,000 here.
9,000. Yesterday.
I already know. So
yeah.
All right, cool. I might get in on that with you.
All right. I'll let you guys.
All right.
Be smart. Be smart in your investing.
Always.
All right.
Peace. So yeah, guys, we're gonna see how that plays out on the pod. But I thought that was a nice little. So look, this is what actually. Yeah, go to options price.
All right.
I feel like I should take this over, Getz.
Yeah, you should. I don't know why you got me doing it. This is your baby. I don't even be on here like that. Let's see. Yeah, I'm not even sure where I'm going on this.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, hold on. Let's hit up the options tab, right?
So I just jumped in on that. We're gonna see. Hey, like I've learned with my pops, like he be like every time he says, "Hey, I'm doing this," and I'm like, wait. And then a couple days later, remember that one I told you about?
Yeah.
Just made 20 million. So I was like, all right, I'm just gonna move off the strength of you. So
yeah. Now you might have to jump in on the bar chart and set this up.
I bet. Yeah. Let me. So I'm
gonna pull the chart back up.
Yeah, I'm gonna go on and share my screen. Yo, I'm loving this, guys. People out there, if you're listening, this is real live trade. Like this is what it looks like on a daily basis. You know what I mean? So I'm enjoying. We might have to do this. Might have to be the new thing we do, Gets. I like this.
Yeah,
I like this shit a lot. I bet. So I'm about to share my tab to the bar chart. All right, I'm sharing. Let me know if you can see me, Gets.
Boom. I got it.
You got me?
Yep.
So you see me scrolling up and down?
Yep. You're live right now.
I'm live. All right, that's a bet. So look. So my pops so this is the one he was in on. So let's just kind of go to it. The January $21 strike. Damn, look at that call open interest. There's a lot of put open interest too, though.
Yeah.
And sometimes of course, bar chart want to act up on me because I'm live. I don't never have this issue until right now. It's all good, people. This is what live YouTubing looks like. Sometimes you run into little snafus.
So
But it's
good.
okay. It's definitely all good. So what I'm gonna do, boom. All right, we up. I thought we were up. So what I'm about to show people is actually I'm gonna go through my whole bar chart scenario once this thing stops acting up, because I want to show people what it looks like when you can look at these different options, when you can take a look at the open interest, the vibe, all the shit that we talk about on the pod.
Right.
I just want to talk about it or like show people live.
Right.
Typically, it doesn't do all this loading, maybe because we're on the live stream. Damn, I will say Tesla's already jumped up $1 since I got in looking at it, so I'm happy about that. So I want to go to, all right, I'm already at the January $21 expiration date. January 21 expiration. So you said the $1,500 strike price.
January 20. You mean January 22, right?
Yeah, January 21, 2022.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So this is where we are with it. It's a lot of open interest. The volume is kind of low. It's a lot of open interest on this one. So you see this price change. Right now it's at negative 3.75.
Right.
But if Tesla, Tesla has those big swings, and maybe next week, let's stamp this. Next week we might come back to this, or we might just need to jump on and do another live to see what this looks like when Tesla finally moves up.
Right.
So this is where I'm at with it. So let's kind of do a quick recap of what I typically do when I'm looking at, the unusual options activity.
Okay.
So I'm here on bar chart. I go to options, unusual options activity, right? Boom. The whole bar chart works with me. There we go. I'm getting a message. What's this message? Okay. So once I get here, can you still see the screen?
Yes, sir.
Now, one, because I don't have the paid version, you're going to get a lot of pop-ups and shit. Just keep Xing those joints out. First thing I always want to do, the delta. I want to I want to screen this for highest delta. Because you see right now it says like 0.27, point whatever. So right now the highest delta in unusual options activity is 0.79. That's good because it's pretty much saying that for every dollar it moves, your option is going to jump 79 cents, which, as we know, you times that by 100. That's what, $79.
Right.
So that's why you want to get that high delta. So once I get the high delta, it's like, all right, where's my volume and open interest at? So a lot of times I'll scroll down to see like a volume of open interest that really sticks out, like something crazy. So as I'm scrolling, let me know when you see something that really sticks out.
That 29,000. What's that on Apple?
Yeah, yes, sir. So, but that's what. So that's what I would do. I would be scrolling and I see this, like, what's this?
Okay.
Now, Apple has been. My pops is calling me back. I'm gonna go on and pick up. Yo. What's going on? I'm still recording.
Yep. Just want to make a point.
Okay.
A reference. Now remember now, so don't panic if you got another slight mid-afternoon pullback.
I got you.
Okay, don't panic. But also, you realize this is a short trading week.
Yep.
Yeah.
Thursday is a holiday, so. And if you notice something about Tesla volume today, it's definitely under based upon yesterday and the previous weeks. It was up 68 million shares. Last I looked at, I think about 7 million or something like that.
Yep.
So the volume is relatively low.
Yep.
All right, so which is a good thing because we want to see volume start coming back in later on, maybe late next week.
Yeah, and that's cool.
Right.
Like,
right.
Yep. All right.
Okay, just wanted to mention that. All right.
Absolutely.
So you got 2 short weeks coming up.
Yep.
You got Thanksgiving, you got Christmas.
Yep.
All right. Okay.
I got you.
All right. And long just keep an eye on that VWAP.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. All right.
All right. Peace.
I'll let y'all.
All right.
So that's a good point he made, not to panic. I'm glad he said that because I see Tesla's drop down a little bit, but I'm not panicking. One, because I know how Tesla moves. Two,
right.
I got until January. And that shit can, like, if Tesla takes off and I got at it at this low point, it's gonna be a nice little piece of something. So we'll see. But I'm not panicking on it. So back to what we're talking about. You see, this one sticks out. So this is what I would do. I'm gonna then go to Yahoo Finance. So let me get out of here because I want to walk through this whole thing. So I'm back. I'm gonna pull up Yahoo Finance real quick because I found Apple. It's like, all right, well, what's going on with Apple?
Right.
You know, why is it that there's so much volume and open interest on Apple? So then I'm gonna pull up Yahoo Finance. I'm gonna come back in. So I'm gonna share my screen.
All right. Apple's down right now, 0.5%. Okay.
All right. So I'm gonna share my screen for Yahoo Finance. Let me know when you can see my screen.
All right. Hold on. Let me go ahead and throw you in here.
All right.
Boom.
We live?
Here we live.
Boom. So I'm here for Apple. So, and I just like to come to Yahoo Finance because it just gives you news real quick. So like, all right, let me type in my symbol. So as you said, Apple's down, but I want to know, is there any news? So I'm gonna just scroll down a little bit until I see something. And what do I see 4 hours ago? Apple is on track to crush this important iPhone sales record. Okay, so that's something. We'll see. That seems like a rumor, really, because that it hasn't crushed it yet. They're saying they're on track.
Right.
Okay, so what's going to happen if they do break that sales record? Is it going to take off? Is that why there's so much volume and open interest on it?
Right. So, I mean, which also that could be one of those, buy the rumor and sell the news type of deals. You see that you could be seeing a precursor to what's about to happen, to the run that's about to happen on the stock.
Exactly. Okay. So then I'm seeing, I'm just scrolling down. It looks like they acquired Life 360.
No, they didn't.
Apple.
Tile
Apple
got bought by Life 360. Okay.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. So right now it looks like the main thing I'm seeing is that they're on track to break this iPhone sales record. So it's like, all right, that's decent enough news. Does it warrant me jumping in on it right now? What you think?
You know me. I see. I don't like them at these highs. You know what I mean? Like let's
so
try. If anything, maybe I'd be trading them. But I mean, like I looked at them yesterday, and that was another one that I thought was gonna come down. Which it has. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if I'd want them around here. Let's see. Let's see if let's pull up a daily chart and see. Even at the daily chart, that still worries me because you got this. You got this space here. For them to come back down.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I'd be concerned about that. I mean, and even if you look at yesterday's candle, I mean, it was like obvious that this was going to come down today.
Yeah, that's true.
So
that long wick you got.
Yeah, so I want to see where this day ends up. If anything, I would, this was one of the ones that it was Apple, Tesla, and the Spy were on my list for today to buy puts.
Okay.
And that just I honestly I overslept. So it is what it is. So at this point, I went like I was gonna buy puts at the open.
Okay.
And just sit on them.
That would have been a good call, cuz.
Yeah, I mean, it was just looking at these daily charts. It was just like, all right, this is happening.
Okay.
Like there's a especially all the indexes look like they were gonna just continue down. And for the most part, I think the Dow might have went back in the green. I'm trying to see if it comes back up. Yeah, the Dow looks like the Dow went back in the green, but the S&P is down, I believe, and the Nasdaq has been down. So yeah, it's like I don't want to unless I go back over it today and I see a change in that trend. I
Right.
don't want to buck the trend.
I got you.
You know what I mean? So I'm still going to be very cautious right now, where just I see things possibly continuing down. And right now I want to day trade, honestly. So like if I'm a day trade Apple right now, I'm buying puts.
True.
You know what I mean?
I think because that's kind of where I'm at with the day trading.
Right.
Which typically, because I know that Tesla move I just made live on air, that's not something I'm gonna get out of today, I don't expect to get out of it this week, to be honest. Right. But the reason why I didn't mind jumping in on that, because one, Tesla dropped so much, and I got until January, and two, I already know I'm probably not gonna trade for the rest of this week, but it's like I'm not opposed to then having something because I've seen Tesla jump crazy. Like I've seen it, and I'm always kicking myself like, damn, why wasn't I in on that? Because my pops told me this is what he's doing, and I'll hesitate. So I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to trade for the rest of this week, so I'll jump in on something because I expect to be out of it by next week. I expect by next week Tesla's going to have one of those things where the shit didn't jump up. It jumped up like $80. Then I can get out and go from there. So typically I wouldn't have done that move because I know it's a hold, but because this week is so choppy and it's a short week, I'm probably not going to fuck with anything else. So if I get a good stock tip, it's like, all right, I'll take that. I'll take that bet and see what happens next week.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right now. I want to day trade. Possibly do some swing trading. And that's pretty much it. I don't want nothing. I got my long-term holds. I don't want nothing that I got to hold a week. None of that.
Yeah, no doubt. And we've done so. All right. So look, here's what I want to do, Gets. And I love how we're setting it up where we can actually walk people through it. I want to go back to bar chart and go back to my unusual options activity.
Okay.
Because we did our due diligence on Apple. It was like, you know what? There's a lot of volume open interest. I still think it might be a decent play. But in this session, we determined that we don't like what we see. So if we're trying to find a play, you jump back into it. All right, let me go back to the unusual options activity and see if there's something else that sticks out and then do our due diligence. Because I want to see if we can find a play live on air. We might not necessarily trade it right now.
Right.
Or who knows? I'm feeling good today. I might fuck around and jump in on something else. We'll see. But so I'm gonna go back in and share my screen back to the bar chart. And look, for my anchor audience, for my Apple podcast, for my however else you're listening to us,
Spotify, Google,
the whole nine. Make sure you're checking us out on the YouTube. Stocks is Talking podcast with Ibn Gets. That's where you're gonna see the visuals for everything going on in this episode. Like we really diving in deep today. So make sure you check us out on the YouTube. So I guess let me go on and share this screen and get to the bar chart. All right, let me know when I'm live on here.
All right. Boom. Here we go.
Live?
Yes, sir.
Bet. So we checked out Apple. We weren't feeling it necessarily. Now let me also point out, the farther we go down, you see the delta is dropping.
Right.
So and I think it's because this is such a short week and it's not a lot of heavy volume. You're not seeing a lot of stocks with the high delta or the high volumes or anything. Because a lot of people, I think, are kind of tapping out for this week.
Makes sense.
Yeah. So I'm scrolling down. I see this. I see Neo. A call, and this is a call. So, and this is perfect. I really want to address this. So this is a call that expires this Friday, a $42 call, or $42 strike price.
Okay.
Now, right now, Neo's trading at $41.69, give or take, because I don't think this is necessarily like live. It might be a little lag.
Right.
So I'm not gonna mess with this. This is another thing that I do when I'm doing my unusual options activity. I'm not doing anything that expires that week. I don't play the weeklies like in the week that I'm currently in.
Right.
Because anything could happen. So if even though I see volume and interest, but then I look and it expires in 3 days, I automatically cross that off my list. I don't want to look deep into it. Now, what I might do, I might then say, okay, let me check out Neo. So here's what I would do in this example. I see high volume, I see high open interest. The delta is 41. All right. I'm gonna click on Neo right here in bar chart, right? Let's click on it. Let's then go to options prices. Can you still see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Good. All right. Let's go to options prices. Right now, the expiration date is always going to be for the week you're currently in. What I'm going to do is go to the following week. Let's go to 12/3. And then let me see. So here's what I do. Once I go to that next week, the week I'm comfortable jumping in at, I'm going to scroll all the way down first because I want to see, because it'll show you like the total volume calls, puts, total open interest, call open interest, put open interest. So I just want to get an idea of what's the sentiment. Is it higher on the call side or is it higher on the put side? Right now, I'm seeing 35,000 total call open interest, 18,000 total call volume. And look at that in comparison to the put.
Right.
There's clearly a disparity there where the call is kind of overpowering the puts. So, all right, cool. That means I'm kind of on the right track. Let me now go up to the calls. So I think that last one was a $42 strike, right? For this week.
Yeah, yeah.
So let's see what the $42 strike looks like for next week. Okay, well, I see decent volume. I see decent open interest. Now, what I'm not seeing, and this is something that my pops put me on to when it comes to options, you really want to turn that money over quickly and you want to get good chunks of change, you know?
Right.
Look at the change on. So right here where it says change, that's showing you as that stock is moving, how much is the change happening? Like how much money is really being made here. So at that $42 strike price, it's moving 3 pennies. It's not really moving much.
Right.
That's not really exciting. Like right here, you got a change percent of 70% and the change $2.95. $2.95 in options is $200, right?
Yeah, yeah.
$295.
$2.95. Yeah.
That's the move.
So and that's way in the money.
It's way in the money.
You're gonna pay for it, but you're gonna get a return.
Yes, you're gonna pay, and this is how. So I want to come. Can you see me while I'm talking, or do you just see my screen?
No. We on here.
So you see me and the screen, or just the screen?
Yeah, both.
Bet. All right. So one thing I want to mention, as I've elevated, and I think we both have elevated in our options trading, I've learned that it's not always about, because I used to want to go down in here like, oh shit, I can get options for like 50 cents, 60 cents, and then get a bunch of them. Let me get like 20 contracts. But then you realize you can get those 20 contracts, but the shit's moving 6 pennies. Or I can go up here, let me just get one contract, but the shit's moving $295. It's such a major difference when it comes to the money you're making and how it turns over.
Right.
So that's another big thing when you're doing options. you definitely want to really look at what's that change percent, what's the actual dollar amount for the change, and whether or not you're deep in the money or if you're outside the money. So for this, I would probably look at something like this. Like when I made my trade yesterday, I wasn't deep in the money, but the change and with plays like Tesla, the change even on the plays that are outside the money is bigger than a lot of these other plays because the stock moves so heavy.
Okay.
So
You got that high volatility.
High volatility, absolutely. So for this again, I wouldn't get into, like, I know on my unusual options activity list it had for this week. I'm gonna go out to the next week and then dig deeper, and I'm gonna do the same thing that we did with Apple. I want to go to Neo. I want to go to Yahoo Finance, see what's going on with it.
Right.
Is there any news that's a major catalyst or not? And am I comfortable jumping in on the trade? So I just wanted to, and again, for my anchor listeners and all the audio folks, I know you can't necessarily see what's going on. I'm hoping we're describing it good enough to you, so you can get a visual. But just jump over to the YouTube and you can see all this live in action. So yeah, man, that's something I wanted to talk through real quick because that's kind of my daily routine, and I've talked about it a lot. Just jump on unusual options, see what's going on.
Yeah.
I'm at play. So I like that you came in and poked those holes in Apple though, and that's why once we start doing our trade with me, and we really like are actually placing trades together, it's gonna be fun, man. Because we can bounce ideas off each other. You poke holes in the stuff that I might not see, and vice versa.
Right. Yeah, and
Yep.
I'm looking forward to it. And speaking on that, so we're talking about doing that. We may do something during the week.
Mm-hmm.
We're also talking about doing the TOS on demand on a maybe on a weekend or something.
Yep. Yep.
So that'll be something to look forward to. We'll get into that. So we'll actually be it'll be like back testing. We'll go and we're gonna trade days that have already happened.
Mm-hmm.
Those days we got questions about, days that maybe we made a bad trade, maybe there's a trade that got missed, and we're gonna go back over those days and we're gonna trade them.
Yep. That's gonna be fun too.
Yeah,
that's gonna be fun and I don't think a lot of people even know that's something you can do. To be honest, I didn't know that was something that you could do in terms of back testing and actually trade on a day that's already passed, but in real time in a way.
right.
That's gonna be fun, especially for people that are new to investing. You're just trying to kind of get a feel for it. I'm hoping that what we're about to start really bringing in terms of content is going to really hit home.
Right.
Really hit home. So I definitely want to make sure everybody, as we can see, Gets, I see you put the follow us on Twitter right here on the screen, Gets. We got something going. You might need to be the new EP for the episode for the podcast. I see you. Make sure everybody's out there following us on Twitter, ib_gets_pod. I love that you put it on the screen because I won't fuck it up. Follow us also on Instagram, ib_gets_podcast. We're definitely gonna put some of this good content on there. You can also chop it up with us on the Discord. Gets, how can they hit us on the Discord?
The link will be in the description, or you can hit us up on the socials, and we'll send you those links. So
yes, sir.
And don't forget, like and subscribe, all that good stuff.
Like and subscribe, and also follow us on the YouTube. Stocks is Talking with Ibn Gets. We've been talking a lot about that today. That's where you're gonna get this good visual, man. Like, this was one of our best episodes. Like, I'm excited. I'm sure you can see it. Like, this was fun. So I'm looking forward to that. Make sure y'all hit us up on Facebook also. Stocks is Talking podcast with Ibn Gets. You didn't put that on the screen, Gets, but I got it up here. So it's all good. It's all good. Also, I always got to mention, folks, Ibn Gets, we are not financial advisors. We're just two cats that love investing. We love talking about it. Stocks, cryptos, real estate, whatever it is. We just like chopping it up. But you always got to do your due diligence. Always trade at your own discretion and do what's best for your portfolio at the end of the day. But look, folks, we came, we saw, we conquered. That's it. That's all.
We out.
Peace.